Hey, it's been a while. Some of you have been following me online for almost 20 years, which is just incredible to say, and I'm unbelievably grateful. But for those of you who are just now finding me, my website, my Instagram page, this YouTube video, I am James Kemp. I run a business called Jameskemppuppets, and for the last 10 years, almost 15 years, I have been a professional puppeteer, puppet builder. I have worked on many shows, a couple of film projects. I've done many commercials. I've gotten to perform with celebrities and people that I grew up admiring. I've gotten to do big brand work. I've done work for McDonald's, Baby Einstein, Lucky Charms, Trolley, music companies, you name it. I have been incredibly fortunate. I have had a wonderful career, and I have gotten to work with some of the most talented people in the business, the most wonderful producers, artists, designers, and all of that has enriched me, and I'm just so grateful for the journey. So for those of you who have been following me, thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart. It is humbling. It's very humbling. And for those of you just now joining, I'm really glad that you're here, and I want to tell you a little bit about me. When I was a teenager, I knew that I wanted to work with puppets. I knew that I wanted to be a professional puppeteer, and building puppets came as part of just wanting more puppets to play with, more characters. I loved to sit in my room and do voices and imitate things that I heard on TV. So when I started building puppets, this was right around the time that YouTube had just come onto the scene. And so when I learned that you could make a video and then put the video on the internet and watch yourself back, that was incredible to me. That was mind-blowing, because that was the closest thing that I thought that I would ever get to seeing yourself on TV. Like, that was the miniature version of being able to see yourself on TV. I can pull up the computer at any time at anyone's house, pull up this website, and there I am. I'm on the screen. It's like, those are my puppets. And I'm there, and I can watch it, and I can show my friends, and it was wonderful. And this was really before like internet fame ever existed, or before people sort of vied for views. That was not the currency at the time. But I had so many people watching my videos and reaching out and saying these wonderful things. They were telling me that they loved the fact that I was putting the videos on YouTube at all. I was only like 14, 15, 16. I mean, this was a burgeoning time in my life. And they were always so kind, and people would reach out and eventually ask, about wanting to buy a puppet that I'd made, or wanting me to record a voice for them, or it was just wonderful. And it was so incredible and so heartwarming. And that was the thing that showed me that, oh, maybe there really is a path here that I could follow, and I can be a professional puppeteer the way that I imagine it. And I have. Here I am. And one of the big stepping stones in doing that, this is so funny looking back, but when I was 17, I built a replica puppet of Kermit the Frog, because everybody loves Kermit. Every Muppet fan, every like casual person on the street loves Kermit the Frog. He's fun, funny, interesting. He's so interesting to look at. I love how simple he is. He's so simple and yet so complex. He's so shapely and so malleable all at the same time. I loved Kermit the Frog. So I built my first replica of Kermit the Frog when I was 17. Ta-da! Yeah, I know. Look at that baby face. Unbelievable. And I was so proud of it. I would take it to school. I would show all my teachers. It was wonderful. But the thing that really made that incredible was that I got so much online notoriety for it. And I kind of didn't know what to do with it at first. And so I was in college, and a guy from Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is actually where I was in college at the time, reached out to me because he had seen that I had done this Kermit the Frog replica, and he was a huge Muppet fan. Shout out to David Jose, because David Jose found me, added me on Facebook, sent me a message, told me that he worked with some guys at a production company at a TV studio, and that they wanted to make a commercial involving puppets. And that was my first professional puppet gig. I built a puppet for the gig. I showed up, I performed, met all those guys, and it has been a lifelong journey since. It's been wonderful. But because that was sort of the leaping point of my career, no pun intended. Yes, it is, I'm not gonna lie. Because that was the hop off point of my career, I wanted to honor that. And here I am 16 years later with all of my new skills and the material knowledge that I've gained and the knowledge of how some of the building is done that I've gained. And I wanted to recreate a Kermit the Frog replica puppet. And I wanted to be able to do it to the best of my ability with the best materials. And I wanted to take all the time that I needed for it. I wanted it to be the best possible color, the best possible look, shape, size, all of it. So this is going to be a video series where I detail myself rebuilding a beautiful replica puppet of Kermit the Frog, because that was so instrumental in my start in this whole industry. And I just wanted to be able to share that because people are always fascinated to see stuff like that, myself included. I love seeing other people's replica puppets or replica props or replica costumes, any of it, because I think all of us are just trying to capture a little bit of the magic of the things that make us happy. So this first part's gonna be very brief. I just want to give you an overview. I've spent the last couple of weeks redefining my patterns and getting out old stuff and throwing it away and making new stuff. And the most important part of this was, for me, was going to be color. And the way that I knew that I could get the closest to the color was that this Fisher-Price Kermit doll, there's a lot of lore here. This Fisher-Price Kermit doll was actually made from the real Kermit the Frog fabric, and it was made by a company called Malden Mills that Fisher-Price had outsourced it to, and Henson Company also started using that exact fabric for Kermit the Frog around 1979. And so that is how I knew that I could get the best color and the best texture match. So what I did, I went through all of these different, and I know that they look so subtly different, but they are different. I went through all of these different color combinations trying to dye a piece of fabric that would really match this Kermit the best that I possibly could. And I finally made it, and I wanted to show it off. This is this was a test head that I did.
But this is the first Kermit the Frog head that I've made with the new patterns and this wonderful material there.
And it's flexible, and it's got all that Kermit-y goodness that I loved, that I fell in love with, that everybody falls in love with. And
it's such a great match too. Oh, look at that, twins.
So follow me as I continue this build and show off my upcoming Kermit the Frog replica puppet.